Grant and Ryan here today with episode 20 of Gym Talk.
Big deal, double digits.
I know. We are finally gone to college. We have a couple years under our belt. We're partying at house parties and
good times.
Yeah, good times in the 20s. What were you doing in your 20s?
I was at OTC just taking general business classes and getting ready to transfer to Missouri State.
That's kind of the same thing. Yeah, I was actually like coming down here. Like that was the huge thing. But so today we have this thing called Burn Cycle. It is from Perfect Sports. It is actually a fat burner.
Gotta get ready for summer.
It does have caffeine in it. It has roughly around 200 milligrams. It has tyrosine, theanine. It has some leaf extract in there. It's got taurine in it. And then it has, what is that? It's something bitendata. It's a 10-to-1 extract. So it's got some pretty crazy stuff in there, but excited to try it out. It is candy tarts. And now it says serving size is roughly around, it is 1 scoop. Okay, that's good at least. Because it said 4 grams, so I thought it was going to be like 4 scoops. Yeah. No, it's only 1, which is fine by me.
It's a long handle.
It is a long handle, but there's not really much in there anyway. I typically like to take a little less to start off with before I actually
dive straight into it.
Before I
you don't know how you'll react.
Exactly. All right.
I don't think I've taken like a fat burner before.
I have taken a couple before. I've taken like Celsius Heat actually is a fat burner.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it has a thermogenetic in it, or thermo whatever in it. That
kind of same thing.
Gets your body hot.
Ready to sweat.
Yeah.
So what do you want to work today?
Well, I was going to actually ask you, what did you want to work today?
Arms.
That's fine by me.
Every day's arm day.
That's fine by me. God, that's a freaking, what is that, a Bradley Martin shirt?
Yeah, that's what he says all the time, and I have some shirts like that.
Well, because the thing is that he actually stole the lettering off of it. Like, you see the lettering that's like kind of slanted?
Yeah.
I believe that was actually from, I could have sworn that was from Arnold or something like that.
Really?
It was something weird, but yeah, like he actually stole that. And which he also stole his logo. His logo, half of it is actually
kind of like diamond kind of stuff.
Half of it is actually Arnold's previous logos.
Oh, really?
Other things, yeah.
I don't know if I know any of Arnold's logos.
Fun fact. So, but did you taste it?
Yeah, it tastes like ground up sweet tarts. It sounds interesting, but it's pretty good.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a normal flavor. It's not like icy blue raz or like something like that, but yeah.
So the story is that I was actually going to get a pre-workout for this, but unfortunately at GNC, they already had majority of the pre-workouts I've had before. They had Rays, but I was just like, that's an energy drink. That's not really a pre-workout.
Yeah.
And then they also had Bangs, and that was about it. And then they had their lit stuff that we took previously. So I was asking, I was like, is there anything else? And then I was just like, you know what, I'll just grab these Extends because it kind of looked like they were pre-workouts. I mean, they legitimately
they
do.
look like the can does.
Plus, they were in that area.
Yeah.
Turns out, no, they're just BCAAs. They're just for recovery. So I was like, fooled me once. So
want to get hyped? Do you go to the GNC like by Walmart?
I go literally right over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which, by the way, there's a tropical smoothie that just opened.
No way, really? Huh.
Yep.
That's nice. I have one kind of by my house.
There's a Taco Bell too.
I saw the Taco Bell. I went to get Panda Express last week, and that's pretty exciting because there isn't really one on this side of town.
Yeah, but
like in the middle.
I haven't had Taco Bell in almost. Am I going on like 2.5 years?
Really?
Something like that.
It's been a few months for me, but.
Well, so I used to eat Taco Bell.
Oh, it would be a daily thing for me.
No, I don't think you understand. It was like 3 out of the 4 meals.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was.
It's cheap and tastes good, so.
It was cheap. It was cheap. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
and so for me, like also getting into working out and all that,
yeah.
it's like I remember during that time frame, I really felt like crap, eating Taco Bell, but I didn't want my body to freak out.
Yeah.
So like, it was even before I was taking even pre-workouts, anything else like that. I was just like working out in general, and so I would start leaning off as time went on, and then I started substituting with chicken, and that came my chicken craze. So.
Dude, whenever I first started, before I started working out in college, I just ate like pizza, Taco Bell, Wendy's, all the time, just nothing of substance that was even good for you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I want to get bigger. I want to start going to the gym. So I started doing that and tracking like how many calories I was eating, but I didn't change the food I was eating. I just ate more of the same for like 2 years. And I'm just like, oh, I'm getting bigger. But it was just like all flab, like a little muscle underneath. But the past like year, I've started really honing in, and I feel much better.
See, that's the funny thing is that like I feel like I'm total opposite. So
Really?
like previous years I was honing in, and I was getting really, really into measuring out, things like that.
That's what I'm doing right now.
And now for me, I'm like, I don't, it's like I feel good. I feel good enough to I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But if I were to eliminate the things that I ate, would I feel better? 100%.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just don't. So what I have been doing occasionally is for one of my meals, I would just kind of substitute it with any sort of shrimp, spinach, kind of things like that.
Yeah.
Just go with that. So
that was pretty good. Yeah, right now, I kind of had a dirty bulk over the winter. Got up to about 196 at the end of February. And then starting March, I was like, all right, I'm going to cut down to 180. So now I'm about 181, trying to get ready for the summer. And I've had maybe 2 cheat meals a week. But other than that, every single week I've been meal prepping. I've been making 8 meals, basically lunches for the entire week, measuring out 4 ounces of chicken, a cup of rice, 3 ounces of vegetables, stuff like that. And it's gone pretty well for me. I feel like my bulk was a little too dirty over this past winter, so I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I've definitely made progress. So
there you go.
I'm pretty happy about it because I'm going to the beach next week. So
Nice.
hopefully I won't look like either super skinny or a little bloated. So we'll see how it
for
goes.
me, I think I look bloated, but again, just really, that's kind of me looking at myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're always your harshest critic. I look at the mirror and I'm like, I can see I've made progress, but I still look like shit. But I know I look way better. So.
What did you have going on this week?
This week I was just working on one audit. I was just finishing it up, getting it ready for Monday for my manager to look at, and then the partner to look at later this week after the manager gives me stuff I need to fix.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's been.
No, don't worry. I was working on reforecasting for budgets.
That sounds even more exciting.
Yeah, it's great, especially whenever they were like, all right, now you have to take 2018's budget, and I didn't even have any sort of information from that budget, so I had to dig it up and find it from everybody else, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
So no,
we made it to the weekend, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, made it to the weekend. Yep.
Dude, I don't know if this is a burn or whatever, but I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it at all.
I'm drinking half of it.
No, I will say, man, it's today is hot.
Yeah, it is.
It is very, very hot.
I thought it was supposed to most of the weekend,
That's
but it always
too.
clears up.
Yeah, it always clears up.
Yeah.
And yesterday it wasn't supposed to rain, then it was pouring for an hour.
Afternoon, yeah.
Gotta love weather, I swear.
That's how it's supposed to be in Miami too, but I'm like, hey, it's gonna clear up. It's still a week out.
More than likely, yeah.
Oh.
Now I see Shelby's down at Table Rock Lake, so
That's fun.
yeah, this is the perfect day for it.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
So you got a condo for a birthday? You got that?
Yeah, it was her and her 2 friends.
Nice.
Her 2 friends from KC, they came down yesterday. They
That's
drove
awesome.
down there, and which it's only a 1-bedroom, and which I double checked with them. I was like, is this okay with you guys? They're like, yes. One of them is actually in a sorority, so she's like,
We do
trust
this
me.
all the time.
She's like, yeah. She's like, trust me,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I've lived in a house with 30 plus girls. It's okay.
That
I'm
sounds terrible.
Man, sororities and fraternities are just weird.
Yeah, I would never want to put myself through that.
Did you ever go into any of the houses to like see them?
Yeah, a few of them. They're pretty impressive.
Did you go to the ones like down in Arkansas, or did you go to the ones?
I went to the ones in Alabama.
Or Alabama,
They're just millions of dollars put into it. It's insane. I also have been to some in Mizzou. They're pretty good too. Like there's like the super rich ones, and then there's like the more standard, like more housey type ones.
I just can't stand the fact that you're literally paying for rent, for dues per month.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, I
always say they're buying their friends, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because then you can only hang out with those people. Like you can't hang out with people from other like frats or anything or other organizations. It's kind of weird. It's weird to me.
And what's really surprising is the control that they have on universities.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I mean, did you hear about recently the fraternity little communal thing that they created?
No.
At Missouri State?
No.
Yeah. So there is a communal thing where it's like a outdoor benching area that they created with the sororities and fraternities. It's sponsored by them, and like it's
just like a bunch of benches for them to hang out at.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh.
I'm
weird.
like, okay, you guys are going to be using it for your promotions and for a lot of other things, which really surprises me. Oh my gosh, it's super surprising me that the fact that the college kids aren't using a lot of practices that they start learning in college in regards to like marketing themselves. Yeah. It's just like, oh, we're gonna do billboards, we're gonna do freaking printed out
like
flyers and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, print media is so dead. Why do you even?
Yeah, you stare at your phone all day. That's where you need to be.
Exactly, you stare at your phone all day. It's like, do some. What would be really crazy? It's that let's just say they were given. Let's just say $1,000 budget, right?
Yeah.
How would you spend $1,000 for promotions for
I'd probably
or for an organization for yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably like buy like Facebook or Instagram ads if I know that's where my clientele will be, like college students. Like maybe target it like within a mile of like a campus or something.
You can't go that small.
You can't go that small.
No,
so
I think
like Springfield area.
I think it's like 10 miles is the smallest one.
Well, but either way, if that's around a college, there's going to be a bunch of college.
Exactly. Pretty much what you would do is that you would target around the address of what Missouri State is, right?
Yeah.
And then you would add the interests of what you think would be best. So like you could spend, I mean, I'm serious, you can spend probably $25 for that, and you would probably get the reach of, I'm estimating like maybe 300 people, the impressions of like 600, give or take, especially if you really do a niche audience. I'm telling you, man, it's all over from there. It is so easy to do that. And your click-through rate there versus the, because the thing is that the fraternities, sororities don't know the rate from looking at the impressions from the flyer to signing up.
Yeah.
A lot of them are pretty much like from a friend of a friend. I guarantee that, right? Mm-hmm. And which I'm really intrigued to see if they can actually pull any of those stats and like just see, okay, from our referral program, it's X, Y, and Z. From our ads, it is these people and this
and
this.
I don't think they're that advanced into it.
I mean,
it's more like word of mouth. Like, bro, you gotta come party with us.
Bro!
Like, try to loop you in. That happened once at Alabama. We went to like a smaller fraternity with some girls, and the guys the whole time like, bro, you gotta pledge, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We ended up just like stealing beer and going back to like our place.
You know what's really funny too? It's like for parties. I'm not sure if you noticed when I was there. So I would like walk into a party. I wouldn't have any sort of drink, but my intentions were to drink.
Yeah.
So what I would do is that I would go into the fridges, right, when people weren't looking, take them. And then also on top of that, I would actually first I would like almost survey or scan like the whole, scanning sounds so weird, but like it's like robot, right? Yeah. But I would actually like look at who's the most drunk.
Oh yeah, because they're not keeping track of their stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I'm like, what are they drinking? Yeah. Okay, they're drinking Bud Light. Where are they coming from?
Yeah,
they're going from
that's
there.
Pretty smart, man. I used to always hide my beer in the oven Because nobody's thinking to looking in there, so I just like put my 12-pack in there.
Oh my gosh! For me, I would just hold mine as much as I could. Yeah.
Nice.
Until to the point where I'm like, okay, now I have to find a corner.
Yeah.
Since I can't. But yeah. I mean, like that. I would do that for Joe's parties. I'd do that for almost anybody's, and I just walk around and try to find them.
That's a pretty good strategy because like you'll get beer anyway.
I've only been caught once.
Nice. By who?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was either Joe or it was somebody being like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm just like,
"It's a party, dude."
Yeah, it's like
just trying to drink.
It's like, yeah, man, just chilling. So, oh man, that was really interesting. But I was also thinking about, I forgot what fraternities and sororities, but it's super fascinating, the whole college sense. Do you think that college will be extinct, or like it won't matter in 20 years?
I don't know. I feel like there'll need to be a higher learning after high school because.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I feel like you don't really learn a lot of what I've like learned through accounting. Like you didn't learn any of that.
No, that's true. That's
so would
true.
it be like trade schools, like an accounting thing, a marketing thing, engineering, just more like specific like programs instead of like
super niche too, right? It's instead of actually going to be like, here's the general basis of business. Here's all this other stuff. It's like, okay, you're going to go into a specific category, marketing, right? And like for me, for instance, I'm just looking at marketing jobs in general. So it's like, that's perfect. But then like for you, you're going to be looking at accounting or financial, right? And so like that might be lumped into another area. And then on top of that, like you're going to be paying significantly cheaper, I would imagine cheaper prices for the whole education system because of the fact that they don't lump you in other places. It's super fascinating to think about that. And now I will say this too, a lot of the information being obtained, or a lot of the information that I've learned, has been actually through my job. But on top of that, it's through like some sort of research that I've done. Right? So like, I mean, filming, for instance, I've learned how to do that through YouTube. I didn't learn that through any other area. It's just like I just tried my best to do it in YouTube.
That with the internet, like you can learn anything. You can teach yourself anything, really.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, will we get to the point where even schools will become extinct?
I don't know. I'm not that forward of a thinker. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow other than going to church.
Yeah, man. It's some of those things that I just kind of think about of like, whoa, like, okay.
Our kids will definitely grow up in a different world than we have, just like we grew up in a much different world than our parents. So
I think master degrees won't be anything. I think the only level of degree you will be able to obtain is some sort of doctorate.
Jeez. So like people are just gonna like go to school for 10 years after high school if they want to continue learning, or
yeah, I mean like
learn on the job like while you're working also.
I mean, I think honestly there's going to be a lot more entry level based jobs to the point where it's like, okay, you're coming out of high school, you're going to get this, right? And then on top of that, I mean, like trade school, like that's not a bad gig at all.
Not at all.
And which currently, what is it, like they are currently working on a shortage or something like that. So they're doing like heavy promotional things there to increase more people getting into the trade schools because of the fact that, well, I mean, like you think about it, people go to you, I mean, 10-year reunion, right? Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an electrician. I do local electricity or something like that. And you go, oh, cool. What do you do? Oh, I'm the senior vice president of X, Y, and Z. And
your title makes you sound really legit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's more of a societal thing.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
actually even
There's
happening.
like some sort of a stigma to trades, but really it shouldn't be.
I mean, my parents were like, you're going to go to college, you're going to do all this other stuff, this is what you're going to do. I mean, if I thought of anything different, if I really stopped and thought about it, and also took more time to do some more digging, I like, and then if I had the choice, I probably wouldn't have gone to
for sure.
college.
No, growing up, college was just another step. Like, you go to elementary school, middle school, high school, then you go to college. Like, there wasn't an option. Like, you're just going to college after high school. I never saw it any differently until I actually got to college and saw some, like, people I knew from high school didn't. I'm like, oh, what? That's weird. I thought you just went to college after high school.
Yeah, and like that whole stigma of people not going to college. It's like we are currently in that transitional age to where it's okay, and people are recognizing people that they don't go to college. That's completely fine. They get into tech school. Pretty much what they're going to do is that they're going to make a ton more money starting.
Yeah,
compared to a lot of other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so some people see that they are actually ahead of the race, which is very fascinating. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But fun facts or fun thought process. I don't know. Sometimes I like to think about like different structures and things like with schooling, with technology.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like that's something that's going to be really different too.
Yeah, for sure. It'll just keep getting crazier.
Yeah.
It's already gotten so crazy after the last 20 years.
So kind of a random thought, but like I was thinking of the thought of I watched Wreckit Ralph last night.
Oh yeah.
Breaks the internet. And so there's at one point where he goes to BuzzTube, right?
Yeah.
And which of course YouTube.
Yeah.
And the big thing is that like he has to gain a certain amount of views and a certain amount of likes for him to get monetization.
Oh, really?
I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, this is starting to get a little dark. Like I'm like, this is
legit stuff that's going on right now.
You're shoving this in front of kids.
Yeah.
Like down their throat. And then like he has a video, he has like 32 million views or something like that, and he gets like $43.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Well, and they're like, here you go. Here you start off with you. He's like, wait a second. He's like, I have to get $20,000. And they're like, well, you got to make more views. And so he starts like injuring himself, doing these crazy funny videos.
Of course.
And which I was thinking of it the whole time. I'm like, this is dark.
Yeah. The kids aren't getting it, but like the adults are like, this is like what's going on right now.
I'm just sitting there, I was like, holy fuck. I was just like, wow. And then one interesting thing too is that closer to the end, he was just wanting hearts so then he could get the money because he was really close to the deadline. Because Griff,
someone coming.
I know.
Attackers coming.
It's just as they walk up here. If they walk across, it's fine. But if they
come towards,
he starts growling.
Yeah, he's protecting the house.
If they come towards, that's the only thing. But anyway, like he's like forcing people. He's like, yeah, give me more of these hearts, and I'm just like, are we really telling these kids that you need
validation from people online, and you need to get a certain amount of likes?
Well, then on top of that, that's not even like the main premise of the story, so it doesn't even resonate and tell people like, hey, this is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's more of like, this just happened. I was like sitting there going, wait, that's more telling than what you are even telling right now, because like it's about him and his friend, and pretty much how his friend wants to leave and how Wreckit Ralph wants to stay the same, and like which he can't accept the difference, right? And so that's kind of the huge thing there. But like, oh geez, sirens just going like crazy, and so the big thing was that like the girls' video game broke, and which they needed to buy a wheel for it. Well, the wheel was on eBay, so they went to the internet since they just hooked to the internet, and which they bet $20,000 on it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was originally like $100, right? And then they kept on going up, and then they were just like, oh, we can count, and it's like, oh, okay, of course, you're telling people to also like almost gamble too. That's what it seems like. I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
that's interesting.
And this is a kids movie.
Yeah, I like vaguely remember seeing like the first Wreckit Ralph, and I don't remember it at all being of that much substance.
First one's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That one's like the first one has a really base of like friendship.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it's a lot more standard kids movie.
Yeah, and then also accepting people who are different because of like sheet glitches and things like that. And I mean, like that one was insanely well done. It kept it in that whole sphere, but then they were going out of their sphere, right?
Yeah.
They were going out of their bubble, which definitely appreciate, but it was just didn't make. Well, like it did make sense, but it was just the whole of being like, hey, this is okay. You can steal hearts and get your dopamine in and all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is actually really grim.
Yeah.
Yep. So how are you feeling? Sweaty?
Yeah, I'm still very sweaty. I feel a little caffeine kicking in, but yeah, I like my back sweating, my head sweating.
I am surprisingly not sweating.
Huh.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I downed mine pretty fast and only put like 8 ounces of water, so I don't know if it's really condensed or what, but yeah, I'm ready to sweat it up in the gym.
Okay, and we're gonna do arms.
Yeah.
Did you want to do timed?
We can.
That's a little bit. You're saying no, please God. No.
I mean, we can. I'm down for whatever, as long as I get a pump.
I mean, you're gonna get a pump off of it, but it's.
Do you have like a set routine already, or just kind of see how?
We're gonna see how it goes. Yep,
right.
Yep. We're gonna see how it goes. So I mean, like, although 2 days ago I actually was in the gym, and yesterday I took a day off, which today was actually supposed to be my quad day.
Oh yeah.
But that's okay. It's completely fine.
You can go back later and hit quads if you want. 2 a day.
No. Especially between because since what they close at 6.
Yeah, they do close.
3 hours.
Early,
Ooh, that's kind of tough. No, I figured tomorrow I'll probably just do a heavy quad day there.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I did legs yesterday, so
I'm gonna do non-stop volume for that. But
nice.
Anyway, all right. I think this day will be heavyweight arm day with some time intervals.
Sounds good to me.
So we'll just
best of both worlds.
Do some alternative stuff, and then we'll get it going there. So anyway, so that's Gym Talk number 20. Stay tuned for the post show. It's about once I schedule this, it's about 3 to 4 hours difference. And make sure you put on your notifications so you can get notified for the post show. So stay tuned.